For every 100 people out there who think all mushrooms are poisonous, there's an equal amount of people who think all mushrooms are edible. Neither of those are true. There is plenty of poisonous-looking mushrooms that are actually quite delicious, and there's plenty of beautiful-looking mushrooms that will kill you. In today's video, we go over some of the most common poisonous and edible fungi you might find in a forest. I want to start this off by saying I'm not telling you to go out into the forest and eat any of these mushrooms. Some of these are potentially life-saving bits of information, but unless you are a trained mycologist, you should never ever eat any wild mushrooms. With that being said, it is good to know what grows in your area, so you do unaccidentally pick up something poisonous and deadly. Before we get started, make sure to smash that like button. There are certain visual characteristics that you can use to help identify if a mushroom is safe to eat or not. Generally speaking, poisonous mushrooms tend to be brightly colored while edible mushrooms tend to be more dull. Now, this isn't always the case, but it's a good rule of thumb to remember. Some of the most brightly colored and beautiful mushrooms just so happen to be poisonous. These include fly agaric, destroying angel, and deathcap. Now, let's go over some of the most common edible and poisonous lookalikes. When it comes to foraging for mushrooms, there are two very important rules to follow. The first one is called the one-bite rule. Never ever eat any wild mushroom unless you have first-hand experience with it. And even then, only consume small amounts at first to test for any allergic reactions. If you were to accidentally eat something poisonous, this next rule will hopefully save your life. The second rule is called the 3-day rule. Never consume any wild mushroom unless you have positively identified it within 3 days of picking it. If you have positively identified it within 3 days of picking it, you should still only consume it under the supervision of the person who taught you how to identify it. Now, let's get into the common lookalike pairs. One of the most commonly confused pairs of mushrooms are chanterelles and jack-o'-lanterns. Chanterelles are widely distributed throughout the northern hemisphere and can be identified by their bright orange color, white spore print, and their false gills, which are attached to the stem. The easiest way to tell if a chanterelle is poisonous or not is to cut through the stem. If it has a brightly colored interior, then it is safe to eat. If it is white, then do not eat it. A related species called the jack-o'-lantern has similar features, but its spores are orange, its flesh is stained orange, and it has a white stem. This mushroom is poisonous and should not be eaten. Another easily confused pair is the deathcap and the paddy straw. The deathcap is arguably the most dangerous mushroom in the world. It causes around 90% of all fatal mushroom poisonings. You can tell if a paddy straw is poisonous by looking at the gills. If they are white and very crowded, then it's poisonous. If they are greenish or yellowish and far apart, then it's safe to eat. One last lookalike pair is the destroying angel and the snow parasol. The destroying angel is another highly poisonous mushroom and is often found growing near oak trees. Its gills are white and crowded, and its base is bulbous. The snow parasol has the same shape, but its gills are pink to purplish brown, and it lacks a bulbous base. While the snow parasol is not deadly, it is poisonous and should not be eaten. So now you know just a few of the most common poisonous and edible fungi you might find growing in your area. Just remember, never eat anything you haven't personally identified. And always be 100% sure before you eat any wild mushrooms. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out the playlist. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.